Hey, it's us once again. I'm JT. Got my homeboy with me. Say something, Mike B.
What it do?
Welcome to another Is This a Quickie episode of Iyanla Fix My Life. This is the this is the last of the 4-part episodes or 4-part series. And you know it's basically a climax. You know, it seemed like it could have been like a half an hour.
I feel like it was supposed to be
they seemed like they just
a half hour. But
stretched it out. And I'm like, it was like 20 minutes. I told I'm like, man, ain't you ready? I'm ready for it to be over. It's like somebody talking or like a preacher talking. Service is done, man. You want to give everybody an announcement.
He don't want to get a benediction.
Nah. Hey. I mean, it seemed like it was just dragging on too much the last 20 minutes. But let's start, I guess.
You the starter.
Well, we pick up where we left off. Jamaica going into the whacker room. She felt some type of way, and she got her release. That's pretty much it with Jamaica. Iyanla's basically, saying, stop giving power to people. Take your power back, and all that good Iyanla stuff. After that, she brought the men and women back together again, and this exercise, what I have, like a forgiveness exercise.
Yep.
And so she had the chairs in front of each other, facing each other, and had a woman on one end. Well, it could have been either man or woman as far as who they talking to, but the main person sits on one end, and the person they talking to, at first they say, I forgive whoever. I think the first one was like Elena and Gloria.
Yep.
And they each said, I forgive you for whatever, and then they switched it up. I forgive myself for whatever. And then they went through they little thing, and I thought it was some true. To me, this is the first time it seemed like somewhat true
as far
forgiveness.
As,
Gloria
and Alana.
Yeah.
I, believe it or not, I was thinking that same thing. I'm actually seeing progress in
with both of them.
Well, Gloria, she really hasn't bothered me as much as Iyanla made it seem. I didn't really have a problem with her, but I felt like that tension was still there between the two of them. And on this episode, I actually felt like because they've been working together and, like they mentioned, possibly getting to know more about each other and seeing themselves in each other, then they are actually making progress. And I actually felt it on this particular episode.
Then we moved on to Cristal and Rita, and Cristal was the main one. And first, her thing was forgiveness of her mother.
Yeah, Rita was standing in the place of her mom.
And then she forgave herself, and that seemed like that was the exercise as far as what they were doing. And then,
like I saw, I think we talked about this, but I saw something like this happening, and I kept saying, I wonder if Iyanla's going to bring the mother on in order for them to actually sit down and have a conversation and hash it out. But I guess this is the next the next best thing. Somebody
old surrogate.
Yeah.
And then Lyra and Michael, I believe.
Yeah.
And of course, she was saying, I give you, talking about her father, while she was abandoned, left, I ain't gonna say left for dead, but
she still had a mama.
It's the same word as abandoned. she really didn't talk about
her mama. Yeah.
It was all her.
I don't think what's her mama around? Like,
her mama couldn't tell her that, well, a man can do it the best, but
what are you talking about?
Nope.
What are you
I turned off a road with no headlights on.
A man can tell her best. Tell her what, JT? Oh, as far as how men are supposed to treat women, is that where you're going? Turn your blinker on or something. Let us know you're turning and you're moving. This guy.
But the thing is, I didn't know I was turning. I didn't know what lane I was getting in. God damn it. And so she so I'm out forgiving
herself.
Gonna
stop in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going. You stupid.
I'm thinking to myself, where the hell am I going with this statement? Yeah, I know your ass gonna stop me there, old police. Statement police. She felt some type of way, of course, about her daddy. Mm-hmm. And then, she forgave herself for not I don't know her main thing. I know to her daddy, she felt some type of way.
Well, she said, I forgive myself for the things that I've done in search for love. Like,
sleeping with dudes.
And like on the stripper pole and all that stuff, getting into unwarranted, crazy relationships. She knew probably good and hell well she shouldn't have been in, but she was looking for that father figure.
Yeah, and she had Michael stand up and hug her and everything. Had all the men gather around her, give her some male support. Mm-hmm. And she was crying for real. After that exercise, she dismissed the men, and say, if I ever have a healing house for me and you guys, would be my first 4. And so we'll see how that develops later on, as far as the men healing house. Mm-hmm. Then she brought all the women back together, basically saying, we need to reconnect. She was closing, and a couple of women had, was talking about, conversing with their daughters. Mm-hmm. I know Alana was like, I'm talking to my daughter and now I'm hearing her now. Mm-hmm. I'm actually paying. Basically, it seemed like she was saying I'm paying attention.
I'm hearing differently. Yeah.
She got, she got healing ears now.
Well, Iyanla told her you're hearing with your heart,
and
not with your head anymore.
And
she looked like it looked genuine to me. She seemed like she was actually surprised that I never thought that I wasn't listening before, but all of a sudden I'm actually realizing that I wasn't listening. I didn't give it. But when she said 2 years old, I was like, you probably just didn't care.
Yeah, when she said that too, I'm like. I thought you were talking about like an old 10-year-old or something.
Yeah, what are y'all actually talking about? Yeah. But you know what? I'm not going to take it away from her because, she felt some type of way about it. It was positive, so, hey, I'm good for her.
Who was it? Rita? Was it Rita that talked to us? It was one of the twins.
Yeah, and that's what I wrote. One of the twins. Because I didn't know which one it was.
And, she was talking about, I'm talking to my daughter. She's like, You not fussing at me?
Yeah, her daughter was surprised.
You ain't telling me what to do.
Smiling?
Yeah.
You look happy? Like, what's going on?
She's like, I'm happy, and
it's sad that the thing that people know about you is negative. Like, we always expect you to be fussing. We always expect you to give us pushback. And when you're not, it's very noticeable. So, evidently, people, they are making changes, which is why I really appreciated this show.
And she was basically giving them fair warning because they were about to leave the house. Now you're going to be reintroduced to society.
Yeah, again. This is where the real test happens.
Yeah, because somebody might say just anything, and you back to your angry, black woman, whatever. And she says, so just know, like within 24 hours, somebody might challenge you.
Right.
Damn near they will. And so you got your tools now, and you know what to do,
right,
and whatnot. Speaking of tools, well, we'll go back because that's another exercise. But she brought up, she wrote on the board about pen, and she was talking about everybody got pens now, like to get into ATM or your computer and whatnot. And so she said, "I'm giving you my pen for you, that you can use." And the first one, like P is for purpose. And basically saying, don't go through life knowing your purpose, and you won't fall basically in the pit for the pits of whatever you're going through.
Right. You think about what you're about to do and what you're about to say. Know the reason that you're saying it.
The next letter I for integrity. Know your worth. Just don't be hoeing for money like Rita or one of the twins. Have some integrity about yourself. Respect yourself, basically. Last one, nobility. Yes, nobility. Have some good character. Don't go around being the angry black bitter, woman. Your children notice it different, or at least one of the daughters notice. I like this. Have good character. Did you have something about old pen exercise? And then we go to I don't know if it's the next day or that afternoon. They come out and they mission uniforms, old mission sisters, all white, and they go out on the lawn. And she said, now that you're set up, I'm gonna give you some tools. And she gave him a tool belt with, I guess, certain things that will help him out. Only thing I actually noticed was the bat.
Yeah.
I guess they can do their own
measuring tape and a car that you remember to stay in your own car, your own lane, and something like that. That was I don't remember us talking about that on the show, like that particular lesson. So that's why the car didn't make sense initially. But the bat I recognized.
We spent some time with the wagon room. that could be.
Nope.
What they had there for the men, the wagon room.
Nope. I think they're gonna call it something else. They're gonna call it something else.
The hidden room or something. I go, we doing something different. But she gave them, they tools for, to be stable and keep them abreast of their feelings and emotions if somebody try to, get at them wrong and whatnot. And they read off cards and had expressions of love for Iyanla and the sisters there. And so, it was a good time by all. Everybody was on love juice. Seemed like, and people was crying, and old Jamaica was just a pool.
She seemed the most torn, and
most emotional.
Yeah, because I feel like she has gotten over some of the things that was going on, but she just couldn't stop.
She went to the wagon room one last time, probably right before they left. I just got it one more, just one more.
But it was good seeing them come together and not arguing for a change and celebrating each other. Like I think that's more of a lesson that they probably didn't even acknowledge or realize, them coming together and celebrating each other. But I like to see it. Black women just being good. Just being good.
Oh, they said just big. I'm like,
no.
I don't remember that.
No.
That's pretty much it as far as the show in its entirety. They gave us a little update. Like 4 months later.
Yeah, a little follow-up.
Yeah, follow-up. Jamaica, and she having, spent a good time with her boy. She said she got engaged within those 4 months. And so, it seemed like everything is going well with her. Lana, she's saying, basically. I
don't know what it is about her.
What?
When I'm seeing Alana, I feel like she's just glowing. Like, I don't know. Like, I see her and it makes me happy. And it wasn't like that initially. But she just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into the television. But when I see Iyanla, even on this follow-up, she just seems like she's genuinely happy. Unless she's a good actress. She seems like she's like just happy. Like she's at peace more now than she was before. And I like seeing it.
Okay.
But she's at peace.
Go ahead and tell us about it. Iyanla.
That's it. she had peace. She was happy.
Hey, but that's basically what she was saying. Yeah. She don't let nobody get to her, get to her, egg her on. She used her tools and whatnot.
She said, "I'm not gonna let anybody take my power away." It just seemed like she learned. She actually got something from this healing house.
Who's the next girl?
It was the twins, Rita and Lita.
Yes. They're doing good, and it seemed like Lita spilled the beans on Rita. Talking about
I don't remember which is which. One of them has short hair, but
whoever was with Coro,
they still talking.
She said, I'm still talking.
Like, we're
keeping in touch.
Yeah, we're
and there's like every day. And she just looked at him like, you didn't have to blast me out like that. And you saw the wheels turn. Like, what can I do to say her to get her back rid of? Whatever.
She had to use her tool. Yeah. She breathed. She said, "I'm breathing. We moving on."
They did say they tried to contact old Lyra, but she wasn't. I guess she wasn't picking up the phone.
Yeah, that was weird to me.
Whatever.
And so you kind of wonder, like, was this all for publicity for her? Was it? Did she actually get anything out of this whole process, or what? I'm hoping she did.
But they did say that they invited her dad
to be on the
house for the men.
Yeah. So I guess that's
I'm pretty sure we're gonna find his explanation of what went on.
I'm anxious to hear it too, especially since you didn't want to take care of your kids and decide to raise somebody else's. That's the part that don't make sense to me.
Yeah, that that makes none.
They did. They also they did follows with Drea and Gloria, but it was just everybody is
Drea
using their
yeah,
tools
basically. But it was interesting.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said that damn near every recap we've done, or review we've done of the show. How much I enjoyed it, how much I've learned just as a black man. I look at my black women differently. I respect. I've never
Go ahead.
I'm just nope.
Go ahead and see it.
Nope.
I look at them
and I look at them differently now because I'm more understanding. That comes with growth and maturity, and then watching stuff like this, you learn.
Hopefully, you can use your tool.
I can use my tool
throughout your life. Might be.
Yes, sir.
It seems like you got a lot out of it too.
I did, yeah. Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I did get a lot out of it. It was a good show. It's something that both men and women can get things from.
Oh, of course. Because a lot of times, you go through the same stuff, that's not gender based.
Yeah.
As far as emotional.
Right. I'm anxious to see what this Hill in the House of Being gonna be.
Of me?
Be like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be disastrous for some reason.
Like disastrous in what way?
I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna go well for like longer than it's gonna be more attitudes, more men getting into it than we saw with the women on the show. Even though that's not really how we get down in real life, but when somebody's trying to, I guess, get you to explain some of the things you went through,
they probably the biggest thing they're gonna have to break down they man.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be more pushback. They ain't gonna try to be telling whatever you went on with you when you was a kid and what have you feeling like this because it makes you look weak, and we don't want to appear to look weak, especially in front of other men. So I think it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, and you a black man.
Oh yeah,
too. So
yeah,
but hell, they probably gonna start crying too. As soon as Iyanla step in. I mean, you know the tears are coming. You might as well prepare yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and close out. I don't want to be somebody else watching us talking about it. I want they just shut up and close. And it seems like I'm thinking to myself, we taking too goddamn long. So if you like us, go ahead and let us know. Look out for us. Because I'm pretty sure, Iyanla, we did show. Hold up, goddamn. My mind running the stoplight again. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me take a drink. Shit. We'll do another Iyanla show coming back next week. We find out that they have another 2-part series of a family, and it looks pretty interesting. Anything else, Mike B? Go ahead.
We also, this weekend, we're going to be recording our follow-up. And it's going to be audio. It's going to be another podcast. We'll probably post on YouTube as well so you guys can check it out. Still talking about the angry black woman and the myth of all of that. Talking about the rest of the Iyanla show. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to talk about some of your comments you guys have left. And then also kind of dig into some of the things these women on the show went through and get some feedback from other women to see, what they think about it. I feel like it's just time to start.
Yeah. Oh, if you have any questions, put them down there so, and we can discuss them on the podcast. Till next time.